All right, here we are at our 2020 Harris Solstice 220 Tritoon with a 250 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke outboard motor. For sale, we're here near beautiful FreshWater in Norris Lake, Tennessee. This one obviously is on a tandem axle Hustler trailer. It's a 2022 Hustler tandem axle trailer with brakes on the rear axle. This is a one-owner boat. There's going to be transferable warranty coming with this one. 265 hours on this Mercury 250 horsepower 4-stroke outboard motor. The warranty on this one, the engine warranty is going to be transferable through May of 2025. The Harris warranty is going to be transferable through May of 2030. We've got 25-inch diameter pontoons. We've got 6-inch lifting strakes. That's going to be this right here. And as you can see, we've got the aluminum underskin splash guard. This actually cuts down on your wind drag, probably just as much as it deflects water from getting up underneath the deck. And that makes it a little bit more efficient in the water. You can see we've got those 6-inch lifting strakes on both the inner pontoon and the outer pontoon on both sides. Those are all 25-inch diameter. We've also got the underwater swimming lights, ski tow bar, 40-gallon fuel tank. We're here for our video walk through tour, walk around tour. As usual, you'll find the most up-to-date information on this one at our website, along with our contact information, current asking price, and full list of specifications and features, options, things like that. We do our best to point all those out to you on our video walkthrough tours, but always defer to the website for the full list of specifications. If there's any discrepancies between what's said in one of our video tours and what is posted in the web listing, always defer to that web listing. We do have on this 2020 Hustler tandem axle trailer, we do have the step-up boarding ladder, which is very helpful. We've got the luxury woven vinyl weave flooring throughout. We've got the storage in that center pontoon. I've got the customizable lighting turned on right now. We've also got docking lights up here on the front. We've got the pull-down armrest on our front lounge seats, and then also have the movable cup holder right here. This is 2 cup holders. You can basically take anywhere you like. They kind of get wedged down into that seat. Your cup holders are on an armrest right here, just simply flip right up. There are, I believe we've got 11 cup holders when you're counting these 2. Of course, there's going to be 4 more that would be available in a removable lounge table. The mount for that lounge table has never been installed, but that is equipment that is included with it. We've got storage underneath our seats here. Again, this cup holder is going to slide right up. Give a little lift right here. This tilts up. This all this seat hardware is on a hinge. We have a mooring cover as well as section covers. So this is actually the section cover for this lounge seat right here. These section covers, if you've never had one of those, we'll probably try to show a photo of what that looks like, the website. That is tremendously nice to use, especially during the season. If you kept this boat undercover, that section cover is going to allow you to essentially have a cover for each of these sections. So you've got one here that's going to go all the way back, cover your helm station. You've got 2 seat covers. You're going to have another cover for that rear lounge seat, cover for this cup holder and speaker upholstery right here, and then another cover for this seat right here. So if you don't have a full crew with you that's going out in the lake with you, if it's just maybe just you and your significant other, then obviously you might not have the need for pulling an entire cover off. So those section covers allow you to, you can pull off your driver's seat, and your helm station, and then depending on where your significant other likes to sit. They like sitting right here in this midship captain seat. They like using this rear lounge seat. But again, you'd have that ability to kind of only uncover the parts of the boat that you're going to be on that afternoon. So that's, in my opinion, very nice option. And in fact, some people, that's going to be required equipment, because they do not like having to actually remove that entire cover during the season, whenever you're using the boat more regularly. Now, those larger covers are great for the off season, whenever the boat's going to be stowed away for a while. Let's see, so while we're here, of course, we got some integrated storage underneath our driver's helm. We've actually got, I think, the seat covers down there, and there's an anchor that's included, that's stowed down there as well. Here's our in-floor storage locker, and plenty of room for your skis on this one. This is a Tritoon with a 250, so you got plenty of horsepower here. Will not have trouble at all want to pull a skier or tuber. These are some quick release fender clips right here. This is another really nice feature. This will allow you to kind of reposition these fenders fairly quickly and easily. They just pop into this piece of hardware right here, and then when you're wanting to remove it, you slide that over, it comes right off. So that's, in my opinion, that is handy. There's two fender clips, and 4 positions for your fender clips. You got 2 on either side, one near the bow, one near the stern on either side. So, and then I think I pointed out that little accent lighting right there in the floor. So, all right, let's move on back. We do have, this is essentially 2 Bimini tops. We've got the sport tower. Of course, it's got your some lighting integrated into it. Now, these blue lights here, these do not change color. Those are always going to be blue. And then we've got essentially an extended Bimini top that snaps into the back of it. So we've got both of those on right now. And let's move on to our helm here in our driver's seat. Of course, your passenger and driver's seat, you got the dual swivel captain seats. These are going to recline. Of course, you're going to be able to raise and lower these armrests. Now, your driver's seats has an additional option on here that your passenger seat does not. It has a telescoping seat post. So some of these Tritoons, they'll sometimes have that driver's seat mounted on a raised surface. Well, this one, instead of doing the raised surface, they've just opted for the ability to telescope the seat up and down. So that's in the far up position right now. I'm just gonna need my weight on here. If I put my weight on here and give it a little pull here, it's gonna slide down or go down lower a few inches. So you've got more clearance underneath that tilt steering wheel, but also, you know, it lowers that whole seat there. So depending on the height of your rider, depending on if you got people in front of that driver's helm or not, you may want to raise or lower that. So this, you've got the option. So now again, except for the cup holders in the armrest of these lounge seats and those movable ones, all your other cup holders are going to be lighted. So you see we've got one right here by the driver's seat, 2 up here on the forward part of that helm panel, 2 over here by your passenger seat, 2 more back here on this rear sun lounge. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 lighted cup holders, 8, 9 in your armrest, and then 10, 11 in that 2 movable ones, or the movable pair. Now, coming back to your helm station here, obviously I think I did mention we got the tilt steering wheel here. We've got a small Simrad display. This is going to do GPS chart plotter as well as a sonar fish finder. You've got GPS speed readouts on here as well as your depth finding. Lots of different options on here. We're just using that split screen right now. You've got fish ID available, but these are all your different options. So you can go just to your chart plotter. You can go over here and do the combination that we just had up there right here. So now here's our engine hours right here integrated into our tachometer. Digital engine hours 264.8 currently showing right now. And then one of my favorite features, the one next to it here, I've got on the gallon per hour. That's your fuel burn rate or your fuel economy rate. So now you can toggle through both of these. These are going to all show you kind of the same options. You go from what your digital tachometer, engine oil pressure, engine temp, your water pressure, battery volts, your fuel level, and then there's that fuel economy, that gallon per hour. But those are both going to go through the exact same order, so you get to pick which two of those you want to have displayed. Fuel gauge right here, drive trim gauge right here, and then your GPS speedometer right here as well. Got a small little dry box right here. It's going to let you kind of put some valuables and keep them from bouncing out. And inside of here we also have a 12-volt power outlet, as well as your USB and auxiliary input for this JL Audio stereo. We've got 6 speakers on board. You're able to do different speaker zones. You turn that on. This is a AM, FM, USB, auxiliary input, Bluetooth stereo, and that's on FM right now. And when you start to turn these up and down, you can control your different zones. You can control those together, or you can control these separately. So, and I turn that off there. All right, this one is rated for 12, if I didn't say that already. And then here's your other control switches here at your helm. So this is going to be your navigation lights, nav and anchor lights. We did function test those. Those all did operate. We've got your docking lights. Those also operated just fine. Here's a functional horn. Oops, button's a little stuck there. These are your courtesy lights. This is a bilge pump for that storage locker, your ski storage locker, just in case water gets accumulated in there. Accessory switch I don't think is wired to anything, unless, okay, yeah, I just hit the stereo switch over here. That powered up without the accessory switch. This is going to be an optional switch for you to install something in the future. And then this one right here should be our swim deck lights. From that back here, those are on right now. Yep, got a little red glow out of that one. It's not showing on my screen right now, but it is in real life. How about this side? Yeah, that's kind of strange. Those are lighting up red. Maybe it's something to do with the way the light's hitting it right there. You can change the color of these on this dial right here. So you can see, let me pan back here and get something else into our view. So see that cup holder light right there? So I can toggle through that. You've got an orange, it's got like a lime green, and then a green, and then darker green, and then like a turquoise or teal color. And it's going to go to like a lighter blue, and then to regular blue, and then to like a purple, and then a pink, and then that's going to take us to a white. You can see underneath the seat there as well, and then back to the red. So curious here if these other colors shows up better. Maybe the green will show up a little bit better. We'll go back here now and show you that underwater light. Actually, I can see the green reflection off the fish finder, but my camera display is still showing it just white. So since this one had the red coloring on the boat, I opted to do the red accent lights for our video. Let me go back to that. So, all right, kind of reviewed the Bimini top. Let's see, we touched on all of our seating right here. I'm not sure if I raised this yet. This is going to be where an optional changing room can be installed. So this is going to be where the hardware, if you do want a canvas changing room, this is going to be available through Harris, and of course there's aftermarket versions as well. Frame would mount right here. You'd have another gas shock. That whole thing would lift up, and you've got like a little changing room or canvas enclosure right there. Now under that compartment right now, it's going to be that full mooring cover that I made reference to a little bit earlier. And all right, let's head on over to our rear sun lounge seat. This has the single rear sun lounge seat layout. This is a very popular layout. Now under this seat right here is going to be our dual batteries with the battery selector switch. You do want, when you have the dual batteries, you do want to try to rotate which days you use that your batteries. You want to try to spend equal time using both your batteries, because that's how they're going to get recharged, especially during season. There's different tricks for that. It's really a lot of personal preference. You know, if you're going to be going out 2 days straight, like over a weekend, you could do battery 1 on Saturday, battery number 2 on Sunday. I've heard some people say, you know, that people that go out just more regularly, you know, through the week, for odd number days they'll use battery 1, even number days they'll use battery 2. There's really no wrong way to do that, but you do try to want to rotate your use of each battery when you're running with the boat. You can also run with it in with both batteries selected, but anytime you get parked or anchored and you're going to be floating a little while, that's when you want to switch to one battery or the other. And then that way you're not going to run your batteries dead. You can have your stereo playing all afternoon, and then if by chance, if you had floated for a little while, when you go to start, if you do have a dead battery, you always have the ability to switch over to that other battery that you were not using while you were floating. So that's the purpose of the dual batteries, allow you to essentially anchor as long as you like, play that stereo as long as you like, without having to worry about running your battery dead. Now that rear bench seat, just simple to go from your forward riding position to your rear lounge position right there. You know, you've got like a little slope. Oops, I just kicked over our swim boarding ladder. You get a little slope leading down to that backrest. That is going to be a quite comfortable position for cruising, sun lounging. You notice that's just behind that Bimini top too. Now this rear section of the Bimini top, you've also this is also capable of being folded up or removed and still keeping that forward one. So if you are someone that really likes to have the sun beating down on you, and that Bimini top's casting a little shade there, that whole rear portion can even be taken off or just lean forward while you are laying out and enjoying yourself in a cove. There's some additional storage space right here. This seat back right here will just kind of lift up. That's where a lot of people are going to opt to keep those fenders, and then that snaps into place to those other 2 cup holders right there. And then we do have a ski tow bar right here. This is our 40-gallon fuel tank, and then of course you've got the 2 safety closures here. They're going to allow you to kind of keep these areas closed off whenever you're underway, and then of course whenever you're parked, you can open both of these. Kids can jump off one side, climb up on the other side. Lots of storage under these seats back here, especially on this sun lounge seat. These are all kind of sectioned off, so you've got one large area right here. Again, this is that section cover for just this rear sun lounge section. There's that removable lounge table. I think I said there was 4 cup holders on that. There's 2 cup holders on that, and that's basically still in the bag new. It has not been installed yet. This would be your mount. Well, there's another piece of that. That's going to be the cover for it. And then that's your mount where that can be installed. Should be another plate in there. Actually, a plate might be in the owner manual's bag where you can elect to install that any location you like. So that's going to kind of do it for the inside. Oh, we do have this this railing closure right here that's going to close this off. So if you do have like small kids or pets or something like that, that's going to be able to get pushed down into this position right here. It probably takes 2 hands to do so. Kind of gets, oops, sorry about that camera movement there, kind of gets locked into place right there. And then of course you lift that back up, swing it over, and you can just as easily lock it into this open position so that it's not bouncing around while you're driving up and down the lake. So that pretty much does it for our walkthrough tour. Of course, here's that Mercury 4-stroke 250 horsepower 4-stroke outboard motor. You have a 4-step swim boarding ladder right there. We'll do one more walk around the exterior. This is typically when we like to stop and start going over any wear and tear we've noticed. Very little to go over on this one. Here's these 2 Fusion speakers back here on the rear deck. Interior wise, really noticed no areas of wear and tear. Looks like a little bit of something just set on here, made a little indentation on your seat right there. No rips or tears in that that we have noticed anywhere throughout the boat. I'm gonna go ahead and turn our There's your main power switch. That turns everything off right there. You can do that again right here. Actually, we're going to do... That goes to like a darker screen right there for driving at night. That's basically a quick reference to be able to control that brightness. You can power it down right there. Go ahead, move that key to the off position right there. You notice our accent lighting turned off in here. Let's see, wear and tear on the interior. Yeah, I really have not noticed any. I mean, this is essentially a light new boat. A little bit of a stain right here on the front of this seat, maybe. Again, all the upholstery is in great shape on this one throughout. Now, there was a few marks in some of the aluminum siding on the exterior. A little bit of wear is all on the exterior. So I'm going to step back off. We'll kind of go over this a little bit more up close so you can see those areas. We do our best to try to represent these exactly as possible. So right up here on the front deck, small little ding up here on that front fencing right there. And then coming up here on the trailer, this one actually, when this is tight against this bow rest right here, this this little part of your that's like a wave deflector on this front pontoon is kind of touching against this. They've tried to correct that. They've added some more padding up here, but just that's not enough. It really probably needs a larger carpeted bunk right there for your bow stop to keep that from happening. But that's where that took place, or why that took place. A little bit of wear down here on this front tune. And then let's see, a few little scratches in the rub rail here, and a few little scratches in the pontoons. You got one right here, another one right here. These are all aluminum pontoons. Those scratches are purely cosmetic as long as they're not too deep. Your paneling on this side all looks pretty good. Maybe a slight little ding in this area right here. The light hits it just right. Now this is this is actually a foam backing that's meant to be in between your aluminum fencing and these rail panels here. That's just a sound dampening foam, and this probably just had a little bit of heat in it, and the adhesive on that foam just slid out just a little bit. A little bit of a, I guess a rub. This is probably from a fender or something. There's a leaf under there. A little fender or something's kind of rubbed onto that rub rail there. Of course, that is a rub rail. It's what it's designed for. And then this is probably where they had a fender. Yep, because that's going to be right below one of your fender quick releases there. And this is probably where a fender was just actually properly positioned, and it just kind of rubbed on this tune a little bit while it was being docked. Obviously it protected the boat, but resulted in a little bit of a rub mark on that pontoon right there. Few little light scratches. Oh, that was just dirt. Maybe a little bit of light scratches back here on this rub rail edge. Okay. And it looks like some dirt under that speaker right there where that Harris logo is. Engine looks good. Your stainless 3-blade stainless propeller. This looks to be in good shape. There's that 4-step swim boarding ladder. Yep, these just telescopes right up, flips over, and then it's got a little catch right there. It's gonna kind of hold it into place. Obviously, it doesn't take much to knock that down when I just kind of bumped into it. And then over here on this be your starboard side tune. Maybe just a little bit of a imperfection in there. I don't even know if I'd call that a ding. That's something that could have been there since it was new. A little bit on there when the light hits it just right. Your aluminum fencing over here on this side looks to be all in good shape as well. Maybe a few little, well, that may even just be some dirt up there on that edge of that tower. That is a powder coated tower. Same thing here with where you've got some of this kind of sound dampening foam that just barely slid down a little bit on this side. There's might be a little bit of a scuff in that fencing right there, and a few more little signs of just some use on your rub rail right here. Continuing up towards the front, light scratches right here on your rub rail in a few places near that corner. And I think that's going to do it there. So again, this is a one owner 2020 Harris Solstice 220, again with that 250 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke outboard motor for sale. We're here near Norris Lake, Tennessee. This one has been lift stored since it was new. It's either been kept on a covered slip on a lift out of the water during the season and indoor stored during the winter months, during the off season. And that's pretty much going to be the same way. This one's going to be kept up until when it is sold. Again, transferable warranty on this. Again, I think the engine warranty is transferable through 2025. Boat warranty transferable through 2030. One owner, FreshWater used, lightly used Harris Solstice 220 Tritoon, again with that 250 horsepower 4-stroke outboard motor with what was it, 200 and how many hours were on that now? 265 was it? Yep, 264.8 engine hours. We'll call that 265 engine hours. We did water test this one. Top speed in ideal conditions without your Bimini top opened up like it is now, you're going to be touching on 40 mile an hour top speed, and it is a nice smooth ride. So all right, well that's going to wrap it up for this one. Again, visit our website for full list of specifications, features, current asking price, as well as all of our contact information. We do not monitor YouTube comment page, so if you do have any questions about this one, you want to submit an offer, schedule a time to come see it in person, or anything like that, you're going to want to do so through our website. Again, that is at www.yournewboat.com. Now, for your convenience, down in that video description of this video that you're watching there at YouTube, down in that video description, there will be a direct link to our listing page for this one. You'll be able to either click on that or copy and paste that into a new tab, window, or web browser. That's going to take you to our web listing page. You're going to see photographs of this out on the water. You can see some photographs of it on the trailer. You'll see, we'll try to put some shots of those section seat covers on that photo slideshow tour. And again, that's going to have all that other information where you'll be able to reach out to us by either phone, by text, or by email. We do like to remind you, if you call us on the phone, you get our voicemail. Keep in mind, we're very frequently in areas without cell phone reception. If you take the time, leave us a detailed message, let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as we return to self-service area or finish up with the customer, we'll receive your message, return your call, answer all those questions for you. And then if you take the time to send us an email through our website, just keep in mind, if you have not received an email reply within 1 business day, please check your spam folder. We're very quick about getting email replies back out to customers, especially during business days. So if you do not see that email reply, please check your spam folder. That's going to do it for our public service announcements. 2 things are going to come over top your screen as we start to wrap up here. Top left-hand corner, it's going to be a shortcut to take you to our current listings playlist there at YouTube. If you're wanting to see what else we have in our current inventory, you're going to want to go to the current listings playlist. We got 2 playlists at our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/yournewboat. One's going to be sold boat models, the other one's going to be current listings. Top right hand corner, as we conclude, is going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed already, it's a great way to get notified of any new listings that come available in our area. Most of them are going to be in the Norris Lake area, but we do go in other places in East Tennessee. I'm not sure if I caught this a minute ago or not, but we got like a little bit of a slight indent on this side entry gate. If the light hits it just right, I just saw that whenever we were kind of standing back away on it. But again, this is us making every effort to represent this as accurately as possible. But again, that's going to wrap things up for us today. Again, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take the time to do so. All you got to do is click that shortcuts popping up in the top right hand corner of your screen right now. And I thank you again for joining us. This is the 2020 Harris Solstice 220 Tritoon for sale with the 250 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke outboard motor for sale near Norris Lake, Tennessee. I thank you again for joining us.